single tear falls down your face. Before it even reaches your chin, a shadow appears at the crack of the door. Your cat is standing there, staring at you. You probably wipe your face and smile, thinking your pet came to comfort you. You project your human emotions onto them, believing they feel pity, that they want to offer a furry hug to heal your broken heart. I need you to erase that romanticized, deeply flawed concept right now. For years, I have researched the biology and the unseen energy of our cats, and I can assure you of one brutal fact. Your cat does not feel pity. Pity is a human weakness. What your cat is actually experiencing when you cry is a massive, invisible biological emergency. To a feline, your silent weeping is the equivalent of a blaring fire alarm going off inside their territory. Human tears and emotional distress are not just abstract feelings. They are violent chemical reactions. The exact second you are consumed by sadness or panic, your endocrine system floods your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. Your body temperature shifts. You immediately begin to sweat out stress chemo signals. To a human nose, this chemical shift is completely undetectable, but your cat possesses a highly advanced anatomical scanner called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ, located in the roof of their mouth. They do not just smell your sadness. They literally taste the chemical breakdown of your nervous system from 3 rooms away. The moment that tear fell, the molecular density of your room changed, and you became a walking biological anomaly in their environment. But here is where the science gets disturbing. If this were just about detecting a strange hormone, your cat would simply walk in, sniff the air, and leave. But they do not leave. Instead, they walk directly up to your chest, press against your face, and stare intensely into your eyes. They are not coming to comfort you like a human friend. They are responding to a catastrophic rupture. The chemical scent of your tears is only the first trigger. The real reason they run to you is because of what happens to the invisible electromagnetic field surrounding your body when your heart breaks. What exactly snaps inside your chest that forces them to intervene so quickly? To answer that, we have to look at the human heart not just as a biological pump, but as an electrical generator. For years, researchers at scientific organizations like the HeartMath Institute have demonstrated that the human heart emits the strongest electromagnetic field in our entire body. This field, which ancient cultures intuitively called the aura, surrounds you in a measurable, invisible bubble extending several feet outward. When you are calm and balanced, this field is stable and expansive. But when you experience profound grief, panic, or intense crying, the electrical frequency of your heart plummets. Your electromagnetic field literally collapses. It shrinks and fractures. It creates a massive energetic crack in your defense system. Cats are apex predators and absolute masters of survival. They navigate the world through extreme electromagnetic sensitivity. When your field shatters in the middle of a crying spell, your cat physically feels the drop in atmospheric pressure inside the room. To a feline, your stable aura is a protective shield over their shared territory. When it cracks, it is a catastrophic security breach. Dense, stagnant, toxic emotional energy begins to leak out of you, polluting the immediate space. So when your cat rushes into the room, jumps on your chest and presses their face against yours, they are not acting like a sympathetic human friend. They are acting like a combat medic on a battlefield. They are physically throwing their own stable, high-frequency electromagnetic field over your fractured one. They are acting as an energetic tourniquet to stop the bleeding. They are sealing the breach to protect both of you. Once you understand this, the whole dynamic changes. You realize your cat is performing emergency energetic triage. But if they are just trying to stabilize your field, why does their behavior suddenly turn so bizarre, unpredictable, and sometimes even violent? You know exactly what I am talking about. You are crying, your cat approaches, gently licks a tear from your cheek, and then out of nowhere they bite your arm. Or they start aggressively headbutting your jaw. Or worse, they stare deeply into your eyes with wide black pupils, and then bolt out of the room as if they just saw a ghost. If they came to heal you, why do they suddenly attack you or run away in pure terror? What did they just see inside that crack? When your cat suddenly headbutts your face aggressively while you are crying, human logic assumes they are just demanding attention or being clumsy. Science calls this behavior bunting. Modern veterinarians will tell you They are simply rubbing scent glands located on their forehead and cheeks against you to mark their territory. But when you analyze this through the lens of bioenergetics, the reality is much more profound. They are not just leaving a physical scent, they are deliberately smearing their own high-frequency energetic signature directly over the ruptured electromagnetic field of your face and chest. They are literally patching the crack in your aura with their own biological sealant. It is an act of extreme, desperate protection. But what about the bite? You are crying, they are purring on your chest, and suddenly their teeth sink into your arm or your hand. Most owners get deeply offended by this, thinking the cat became irritated, overwhelmed, or just mean. But remember, you are in the middle of a chemical and energetic meltdown. When a human enters a severe panic attack or a state of deep, uncontrollable grief, we tend to dissociate. Our consciousness begins to drift away from the physical body, trapped in an endless loop of mental despair. Your cat recognizes this dangerous detachment. The sudden, sharp, localized pain of a light bite is not an attack. It is a calculated biological shock. It is an ancient grounding technique. That sudden pinch forces your nervous system to instantly snap back to the physical present. Your brain is forced to stop focusing on the abstract grief and immediately process the physical sensation on your skin. In a fraction of a second, your cat has successfully broken the infinite loop of your panic attack and dragged your consciousness back into your physical body. It is the feline equivalent of a medic slapping a hysterical patient to snap them out of shock. They are biting you to keep you anchored to reality. But this emergency energetic triage comes with a massive, sometimes dangerous risk for the feline. Because sometimes the sheer toxicity of human grief is too heavy even for the guardian between worlds. And that is exactly when the most misunderstood and heartbreaking reaction of all happens. The moment they look at you in sheer terror and run away. Have you ever experienced the crushing rejection of your cat running away while you are sobbing? You are lying there, they are doing the healing work, and suddenly they freeze. Their pupils dilate until their eyes are entirely black. They stare at you as if they do not even recognize you anymore, and then they bolt out of the room at full speed. It feels like abandonment. It feels like your sadness is so ugly and heavy that even your pet cannot stand to look at it. But as a researcher, I need you to understand the fundamental law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. When your feline acts as a biological sponge, absorbing the fractured, toxic frequencies of your panic attack or deep grief, that heavy energy does not just vanish into thin air. It goes directly into their own physical body. Cats possess an incredibly advanced ability to transmute negative energy, acting like a living energetic filter for their environment. But every filter in the world has a maximum capacity limit. If your grief is too ancient, if your depressive episode is too dense, or if your anxiety is vibrating at a dangerously chaotic level, the feline absorbs too much energy way too fast. That moment they freeze and their pupils dilate is not fear of you. It is the biological realization of a severe energetic overload. They are looking directly at the sheer density of the trauma they just pulled out of your chest. They run away because their own nervous system is on the verge of a short circuit. They are not abandoning you. They are rushing to a dark, quiet, isolated corner of the house to ground themselves and violently discharge the toxic waste they just took from you. If they stayed, if they continued to absorb that lethal emotional radiation, they would physically manifest your sickness. They would literally become ill to keep you well. They run to survive the rescue mission. But the true mastery of the feline is what happens after the storm has passed. Because there is one final silent gesture they perform hours later, a deeply misunderstood behavior that proves they never actually abandoned your side. And it holds the final key to understanding your guardian. Hours after the storm has passed, when your tears have dried and your heart rate has finally normalized, a silent shadow returns. You will notice your cat quietly walk back into the room, but they do not jump on your chest this time. They sit at a distance, perhaps across the room or by the doorway. They wrap their tail around their paws, and they simply stare at you. If you pay close attention, you will see them perform a very slow, deliberate blink. Most owners think they are just sleepy or waiting for food, But from a bioenergetic standpoint, this is the final key to their rescue mission. They are performing a visual and energetic diagnostic. They are scanning your electromagnetic field from a distance to ensure that the biological seal they placed on your aura is holding. That slow blink is a confirmation code. It means the frequency is stable, the breach is closed, and you are safe. I learned this ancient mechanism the hard way through my own silent master Bella during the darkest nights of my life. When I felt entirely broken, isolated, and consumed by silent crying, she would perform this exact ritual. She would ground me, absorb the worst of my storms, retreat to survive it, and then quietly watch over me from the doorway to make sure I was still breathing. Bella taught me that as long as a guardian between worlds is in your house, true loneliness is a biological impossibility. She has crossed the bridge and left this physical realm, but her frequency built this entire channel. I created this space to honor her, but it is not just about my story anymore. It is about yours. I am building a digital sanctuary to immortalize the guardians who have saved us. If your cat has pulled you out of the darkness, whether they have already crossed the bridge or are sleeping heavily at your feet right now, their legacy deserves to be remembered. There is an email pinned in the top comment below. Send me their photo and the deepest story of how they rescued you. We will honor them at the end of our videos. Before you go, remember this. Your cat seals your aura when you cry. But have you ever noticed what they do when you are not sad? But you have a guest over in your house and your cat suddenly starts staring intensely at an empty, dark corner of the room. They are not looking at ghosts. It is something much more dangerous. We will uncover exactly what they see in the next video. I will see you there.